Hi everyone. I wanted to have a quick chat about my Patreon account. As many of you know, it took me a long time to actually get a Patreon account set up. I had a lot of, mental barriers to work through. The whole idea of asking people to help me financially through pledging on something like Patreon, and then what would I give in return and how would I split my time, and I didn't want to alienate people on Patreon in different tiers, and I didn't want to start segregating my content to paid and unpaid. It was a pretty big process for me, and I shared a lot of it with you earlier on when I was making the decision to do it, but I did finally pull the trigger and I set up a Patreon account, and it's been going great. I've got some fantastic patrons and a lot of support, and it's really appreciative of everyone who is contributing on Patreon. But what I inadvertently did was set up a bunch of tiers that segregated people on Patreon. It's what you do on Patreon. It's what they advise. It's, it's all about making sure that there's a tier slot that suits everyone's financial ability to maximize how much money you can make, which is great, kind of, except I've never felt overly comfortable with it. And I've been discussing with my patrons over the last month or so about the idea of removing all the tiers and making one tier starting at $1, which is a pledge what you want tier, and everyone gets the same rewards. There's still going to be obviously a little bit of a segregation between people on Patreon who contribute and people who don't, but right now I'm trying to fill content for 3 different tiers of people, and plus my regular content, and it's not only too much work for me to handle, but it just doesn't sit right with me. So I finally pulled the plug and I have set up one new tier. I've actually hidden all the old ones. I can't delete them because there are currently people in them, but there's just one tier now, and it's starting at $1, and it's pledge what you want, everyone is equal, and no matter how much you pledge, you will get the same Patreon rewards that everyone else gets. For me, everyone is equal. Everyone's in a different financial circumstance, and just because one person might be more financially stable than someone else, in my mind, you're equal. And if you're contributing, then I want to give back equally to you all. So that's the change I've made. I actually made it last night. You've seen this video this morning, my Friday morning. And I just wanted to let you know about it. This is not a request for everyone to run out and back me on Patreon. I'm not like that. But I just wanted to let everyone know that I have made that change, and it's a change that I'm much more comfortable with going forward. That's it. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. I am trying to get all my stuff prepared for my China trip, which is now about 2 weeks away. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the channel during that time while I'm away. I'm obviously going to shoot some video while I'm there, but I'm only going to be taking my phone with me. I don't want to lug my camera and lighting gear around. I actually want to go on the tour and do the tour, not go on the tour and film the tour. So yeah, I'll have some content maybe from the Shenzhen tour at the end. I might, if I can, behind a VPN, post some things while I'm away. I really don't know what the internet is going to be like and what VPN is going to be like to be able to access the outside world. But anyway, that's it. I will catch you all next week, and yeah, have a nice weekend. Bye.